Hello everyone and welcome to the Arbor Farm. In today's episode I want to show you how you can build a backyard low tunnel hoop house. Let's get started. Now why might you want to build and utilize a low tunnel hoop house? Well, there are a few reasons. If you live in a zone that has frigid cold temperatures in the winter and you are trying to grow or overwinter some tender plants, a hoop house is a great option for doing just that. So this winter we are overwintering our baby plants. We have a variety of things. Forsythia, some hydrangeas, burning bushes that we have just rooted this summer under our misting system. And so the hoop house is a valuable part of that, and growing those and maintaining them over the winter without them freezing in the frigid cold temperatures. When looking at how to build a hoop house, we found not very much information online, so we wanted to create this video to help those who are also looking to build one. And there are a lot of flimsy, like tent-like structures that can be found and purchased online, but we wanted something that was going to be sturdy, that we could use this season and the next season and the next season and maintain it for many years to come, with only having to potentially replace the white plastic cover. So we went and did a search, and here's what we found. To make a low tunnel hoop house like ours, there are three main supply items or pieces of equipment that you're going to need, and those are a hoop bender, some EMT conduit, either 1/2 inch or 3/4 inch, and white plastic. Those are the three things that you need in order to build a low tunnel hoop house just like we did. You might be asking yourself if you can use clear plastic like some greenhouses use instead of the white plastic. Well, the answer to that is we don't recommend it. If you use clear plastic, chances are you're gonna fry your plants rather than saving them as the intended goal is. So use the white plastic. It helps just to maintain the climate underneath the dome, and it keeps the plants from getting too frigid and too cold in the cold winter temperatures. I wanted to show you our hoop bender. This is a hoop bender that is a nice sturdy metal piece that is custom made for our 4-foot hoops. And so we have simply attached this hoop right to this spool to keep it from moving while we're using it. So we'll link down in the description below as to where you can buy your hoop bender, but this thing right here is the key to making good sturdy hoops that are going to last for years to come, and it's worth the investment. The other thing you're going to need is some EMT conduit, and we use the 1/2 inch. You can also use 3/4 inch for bending with this type of hoop. And you might be thinking to yourself, how in the world am I going to bend that? Well, it's actually possible and quite simple with the hoop bender. We'll show you how in just a few minutes. But you can get EMT conduit at places like home improvement stores, and they're usually about $5 to $6 for a 10-foot long piece. So pretty reasonable, and we'll show you how to bend them. All right, we're ready to use our hoop bender here, and you can do this with one person, but I like to use a kid or two to help. Usually gives them something to do, and it helps me to hold it still while I'm doing it. So on the one end of our hoop bender we have a loop, and that's to hold our piece of conduit as we bend it. I like to put it so that it's about 16 inches hanging out of the end here, between the end of my piece of conduit and this. So I'm gonna hold on And my helper's gonna come around here and we're gonna start bending this piece. Yep, pull it nice and hard. Okay, then what we do is we slide it through a bit more and continue to bend it until we have our arch completed. Okay, let's do it again. Let's do one more bend on there. All right. It looks like it needs to be done a little better. All right, I think that's perfect. So we take it out. We're gonna look at it, and it's a nice arch, and we'll show you the next step. So we've bent our hoops, and we want to show you that they are so sturdy that we just poke them right into the ground where we want them to go. Our ground here is pretty soft, and we just push them in. And if you wanted to, you could use some rebar and put the hollow ends right into that rebar if you prefer, but this holds nice and sturdy for us and creates a sturdy structure to keep the snow and the ice and the wind off of our baby plants that we have in here to overwinter. We'll show you the plastic next. Now we're gonna put the plastic over our structure and secure it. Remember, you want to use white plastic, not clear plastic. The clear plastic will fry your plants or any seedlings that you're working on. And so use the white. It will allow the temperature to remain more stable while the plants are there throughout the winter. So there are several grades of plastic you can get, some heavy, some not as heavy. It doesn't really matter, it's a matter of personal preference, and so we'll link below in the description to the type of plastic that we use and the one that we recommend. So let's go ahead and spread our plastic. So we're just using scrap lumber that we have laying around to secure our plastic in place. We're just laying this on the edges. But you could also use sandbags or bricks, whatever else you might have access to that would be a good weight to hold that down. Thank you for joining us for today's episode of the Arbor Farm. Our goal is to create content that's helpful for you. And so if you found today's content helpful, please click the like button and subscribe to our channel so that you can receive notifications as to when the next content is available. And as always, if you have questions, feel free to drop those in the comments below. We also are happy to respond to you in any way. Have a great day.